Thank you so much. How is everybody? Good, good, good. So greetings and welcome to the 12th annual induction ceremony for the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. As IJ said, my name is Melissa Millay. I've been at Channel 4 for, I guess, 14 years on the morning show. So I do traffic and I anchor 2 different shows in the morning. So hopefully you guys recognize me because you watch us. So thanks for having me. I am a native Washingtonian, actually native to Montgomery County, grew up in Gaithersburg, went to Gaithersburg High School, proud resident here, and excited to be back. Yes, love me some MoCo. I'm also the daughter of a small business owner in Montgomery County. My dad had a pub back in the 70s and 80s, a restaurant in Germantown in the 80s where I often had dinner with my mom and brother, and now owns a brewery in Olney, Lone Oak Farm, if anybody's been there. And he and his partners are opening a distillery on Saturday. If anybody's interested, we're having a grand opening. I know you guys love small business, so noon on Saturday. So let me start with some very brief housekeeping. They're not going to have a break in the program. Please feel free. You're not rude if you're eating and enjoying while I'm speaking, because we have kind of a longer program and we want to get through it. So please do enjoy your meal. Before we get started, please silence your cell phones for the duration of the ceremony. So thank you for that. I'm going to silence my cell phone, I think, as well. Okay, we're good. We're good. It was 13 years ago that Grossberg Company and Monument Bank, now Sandy Spring Bank, actually, where I bank, partnered to establish the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. From the beginning, the Hall of Fame was envisioned as a way to honor businessmen and women who have both enriched the corporate climate of Montgomery County and enhanced the county's quality of life. Over those 50 years, 50 individuals have been inducted into the Hall of Fame. Many of them and a number of VIPs are here with us this afternoon, so thank you all so much for being here. Today, we honor 5 additional leaders as new members of the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. They come from diverse backgrounds, but each represents, in his or her own way, the determination, the dedication, and entrepreneurial spirit that make success possible. Each will be honored with a plaque displayed here at the universities at Shady Grove and at the Montgomery County Conference Center. In addition to honoring these accomplished men and women, proceeds from this afternoon's event will support scholarship programs here at USG. Now, let me introduce to you a couple of individuals behind the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. So Steve Silverman is the chair of the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame and is the founder and CEO of SS Government Relations. Steve has taken over as chair of the committee this year, and his commitment to the hall and to this annual induction ceremony has maintained them as fixtures on the Montgomery County business landscape. So thank you for what you do, Steve. Michael Walsh has been with Grossberg Company for more than 20 years. He became a partner in 2012. This year, Grossberg Company is celebrating 100 years of service to the community and beyond. Isn't that wild? Congratulations. For that century, Grossberg Company has offered the highest quality tax and accounting services to its clients and to its community. The company has grown as the county has grown and thrived as the county has thrived. Mac Gilmore is Senior Vice President, Commercial Group Sales Manager with Sandy Spring Bank. Throughout his career, Mac has been defined by his commitment to high-level service and commercial banking. Headquartered in Olney and with more than 50 locations across Maryland, Virginia, and Washington, D.C., Sandy Spring, of course, is the premier community bank in our region. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank all of our sponsors. You're going to see them scrolling on the screens throughout the event, and of course, this event could not take place without their support. So please, let's take a moment to look at them and thank them for making this day a success. So thank you, thank you. Now, please join me in welcoming Steve Silverman.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you, everybody, for showing up today and for helping out USG in these huge efforts. This is the 12th annual Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame event, bringing together Montgomery County business leaders, county and state officials, community leaders with no agenda, hidden or otherwise, other than to once again celebrate the diversity of our business community represented by the diversity of our honorees today. They are extraordinary business and community leaders doing good while doing well. But equally important is our gathering to support USG, founded over 20 years ago with a goal of providing educational opportunities for Montgomery County students to live and learn and hopefully stay in Montgomery County. I want to thank several state and county elected officials who took the time to come here today and for the efforts of them and their colleagues in Rockville and Annapolis to continue to support USG. I'll ask the usual thing, which is, would you please hold your applause until the end as I tick off the folks who are either here or on their way. This is a county council day, so some of our colleagues at the council will come later. So, Council President Andrew Friedson, Council Vice President Kate Stewart, Council members Lori Ann Sales, Evan Glass, Gabe Albornoz, Marilyn Balcom, State's Attorney John McCarthy, State Senators Brian Feldman, Ben Kramer, and Cheryl Kagan, Delegates Sarah Wolek, Greg Wims, Gabe Acevero, and Pam Queen, and Gaithersburg Mayor Judd Ashman, as well as school board members Lynn Harris and Shebra Evans, and of course our former county executive Ike Leggett, and the indefatigable Catherine Leggett. Now we can applaud. So, over our 12 years of effort, we have collectively produced over $1.7 million in scholarship aid to over 1,200 students at USG. And today, I am pleased to report that due to our collective efforts, once again, we have raised over $170,000 this year. That's a round of applause. So as a last-minute pitch, each table has a QR code on it. So if you're moved to do even more, go to the QR code today. And we will, of course, accept donations after today as well for the scholarship funds. Before I conclude, I want to thank our leaders in this effort, the great people at Grossberg & Company and Sandy Spring Bank. And I want to thank our Hall of Fame committee, which I've been honored to chair this year. Thank you specifically to Michael Walsh at Grossberg & Company, Lenore Dustin at Grossberg & Company, Ashumi Lee, a VP at Sandy Spring Bank, Jim Soltez, President and CEO of Soltez, Inc., Charlie Barkley, IJ Hudson, and Will Schlossenberg. I want to also thank specifically Jim Sweet, the head of Smoky Glen Farm, for an extraordinary continuing effort to support USG. And also want to thank Clark Day, our photographer extraordinaire, who's done so much over the years. And real quickly, the entire USG team, Richie Smith-Adams, Jeff Kenton and Chad Moore, Dave Bonero, Cheryl Green, Rhonda Keys, Judy Ambush, Kate Dawson, Kelly Lee, Christy Christian, Alice Chang, Odalis Garcia, and an extraordinary effort on the part of Tom Clifford for USG. So thanks very much to everybody there. And finally, which is when you're supposed to applaud, finally, with a special shout out to the driver of this effort from the beginning, to someone who's been a business and community leader for over 40 years and still gives back to our community today. Without his leadership, frankly, there would be no Business Hall of Fame and no USG annual scholarship efforts. He's not here today, but we've got an MVP award for him, so let's give an ovation to my good friend and a great business and community leader, Larry Rosenblum. So, I want to turn this over to Michael Walsh from Grossberg. Thanks so much for coming today. Have a great day. Thank you.
I still have to raise it up no matter who I follow. Interesting. Hi, as you mentioned, I'm Michael Walsh from Grossberg Company. It is a true honor to stand before you today as we celebrate the remarkable achievements of this year's honorees into the Business Hall of Fame. This event not only recognizes their achievements, but as we mentioned, it highlights the power of community and collaboration. Now, Grossberg Company, as we mentioned, is celebrating its milestone, a centennial anniversary. 36,500 days of balancing debits and credits. It's been a wild ride. I appreciate it. But in that 100 years, being the founding sponsor of the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame, I think is one of our greatest accomplishments. This organization is deeply committed to fostering the next generation of leaders and innovators. We believe education is a foundation of success, and that's why we're excited to raise the funds for scholarships for the USG students. Imagine the impact we can make together. With your generosity, we can provide deserving students with support they need to excel in their studies, engage in meaningful internships, and ultimately contribute to our economy and our society as a whole. So today, as we celebrate the achievements of the outstanding individuals in our community, let's also commit to invest in the future. As Steve mentioned, the QR codes are very important today. Together, we can create a lasting legacy, not just honoring those who have paved the way, but ensuring the future generations have the tools to succeed. I encourage each of you to consider making a donation or pledging your support to these scholarships. Whether big or small, every contribution counts and brings us closer to our goal. Thank you for your attention and support. Let's make a difference together. And next up, I believe, is Matt Gilmore. I haven't had the pleasure to meet him yet, so nice to meet you. He goes this way.
Good morning. I think it's still morning. First, I'm Matt Gilmore. I lead our commercial banking teams at Sandy Spring Bank for Maryland. And it is an honor to be here representing Sandy Spring at this year's Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame celebration. As a local bank that's headquartered just down the road in Olney, it's a privilege to support an organization that invests in the students who are the future of our community. I also want to offer my congratulations to today's honorees. These individuals, as we will soon hear, have been tremendously successful, but they're also equally dedicated to giving back to our community. Success in business is a blessing, and for the past 12 years, this organization and the people in this room have used their time and resources to raise over, I had 1.6, but I think it's now $1.7 million in support of the scholarships at USG. With success comes a responsibility to give back, and I want to thank everyone in this room who has supported the students on their journey of learning, growth, and personal development. And for those of you who haven't yet made that financial contribution, it's never too late to start. I can certainly speak for myself, and I would guess that a lot of you in the room here would agree with me that we wouldn't be in the positions we are today without a combination of both effort and opportunity. As individuals, we can control the effort side of that equation, hard work, effort, determination. But opportunity is a little more complicated. I believe that opportunity involves an element of luck. Whether it's getting that promotion at work, or finding a mentor, or securing a scholarship to advance your education, opportunity is when you put in the effort and someone else is also willing to take a chance on you. At Sandy Spring Bank, we believe a commitment to the growth and development of others is not only good business, but it's a key part of being a community-centric organization. The best part of my job, one of the best for sure, is leading our commercial banking training and development program, where we look for those hardworking individuals and actively seek to take a chance on them. Creating an opportunity for someone, whether they are a colleague or acquaintance, or sometimes even a complete stranger, it can be one of the best things we can do for somebody else. I want to wrap up by recognizing a colleague who's not here today. Ken Cook is a member of the Sandy Spring Bank Board of Directors. He has been a longtime supporter of this organization. Ken is just one of his support here is one of the many examples of his support of the greater Montgomery County community as a lifelong local banker. The Ken Cooks of the world and the people here today and the organizations like USG and the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame have provided countless opportunities for those that have decided to put in the effort. And these are the groups and individuals who are truly making a difference in our community. So on behalf of my colleagues, many of whom are sitting right over here, and all of Sandy Spring Bank, I want to say thank you. And I want to also, once again, congratulate today's honorees. So thanks.
Steve, Michael, and Ken, thank you so much for your comments up here today. All right, it's now my pleasure to present to you our new inductees into the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. We begin with Letitia Gassaway Paul, founder of Minds in Motion Childcare. In 2008, she co-founded Minds in Motion in Potomac, providing a safe and nurturing environment where children are able to have fun, learn, and grow. And today, Minds in Motion has 3 locations across the county. As the Montgomery Sentinel perfectly phrased it earlier this year, in addition to being a steward of young minds, Letitia Gassaway Paul is a steward of history, preserving the Scotland community's rich heritage. In 2023, Letitia became president of the Juneteenth Scotland Foundation, Inc., a nonprofit dedicated to supporting and celebrating Montgomery County's historic Black communities. Under her leadership, the foundation coordinates a massive Juneteenth festival, which hopes support organizations that empower local youth. She also leads a Black History Month celebration in partnership with MCBHOF, promoting education and awareness of Black history and culture. Congressman Jamie Raskin has highlighted her as a local hero, and the county executive and county council, have honored her as a distinguished community leader. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Letitia Gassaway Paul.
Good afternoon. I'm excited. I am excited. Whew. Thank you for having me today. It is with great gratitude that I stand here before you as an inductee into the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. I want to express my love to my husband, Chris Paul, and my children, who I continue to share my time with, along with servicing the community. They understand that my mission and calling has always been and always will be to serve. I stand here representing the voices and dreams of the Dove descendants that have came before me in Scotland. I also stand here on behalf of my sisters, Teresa Gassaway Gleaton, Latrice Gassaway Johnson, my mother, TOC, all of Scotland, the Honorable Joyce Siegel, Delegate Wims, the Reverend Dr. Evelina Huggins, and a special thank you to Mr. Frank Islam, Debbie Dreisman, Leslie Foster, Glenn Stone, and Paul Tukey. Minds in Motion Childcare is not just a reflection of my personal achievements, but it's also a collective effort of a community that has stood with me, believed in me, and worked alongside me to create lasting change. We have built our business off of faith. We walk in the light of God, and that is the core value of who we are. For me, success in business has always been more than just about profits or wins. It's about using business as a force for good, a tool to uplift those around me, and a means to build a better and equitable future. Our heritage is one of strength, perseverance, and immense pride. It was our duty to honor it and build awareness, not just for ourselves today, but for generations to come. Through Minds in Motion Childcare, we aim to educate, acknowledge our history, and connect to the underserved communities. It is our mission to give back, to listen, and help when needed. We will stand up for the rights of the voiceless, filling in the gaps wherever we can, even if that means providing transportation to the polls. Yes, Minds in Motion Childcare will help get you there and make sure that every voice is heard. Our pastor likes to say that there are 2 times when we pray, when we feel like it and when we don't. And both times are a choice. The same thing goes for voting. You either feel like it or you don't. But this year, we have 2 women on the ballot who have given us a reason to make that choice to get up and vote. I'm calling all women to the front line. We are women who know our worth. We are not collateral damage and will bow down only to God. This year, when it is time to vote, we are going to walk, talk, sing, and shout all the way to the polls and vote like our lives depend on it, because they do. And Minds in Motion Childcare not only provides transportation, but we offer seminars on education, affordable housing, public safety, and fight for a criminal justice system, because those are our basic human rights. Our gathering today is not just a celebration of business success, but a recognition of responsibility that brings success. So as I close, I am reminded that my journey is not mine alone. It belongs to the community that has supported me, the children who inspire me, and future leaders who depend on us to give back. Together, we have the power to shape a brighter, more just, and more equitable tomorrow. I am Letitia Gassaway Paul, owner of Minds in Motion Childcare, and I am a voice for the people. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our next inductee this afternoon is Matthew Lee, founder and CEO of Fast Tech and A-Tech Systems. After graduating from Virginia Tech, Matthew Lee began his career at the Army Research Laboratory in Adelphi. His experience as an electronics engineer led him to overseeing custom hybrid products used in the Patriot missile system during Operation Desert Storm. Leveraging this experience, Matthew founded Fast Tech Inc. in 1990. Headquartered in Rockville, Fast Tech provides a comprehensive array of engineering, technical, and cybersecurity services. Beyond his work as CEO, Matthew is deeply committed to mentoring small businesses, most notably as president of Kobe Government Contracting Alliance, a nonprofit organization supporting more than 200 minority-owned small businesses across the U.S. He also leads the U.S. International Development Center for Global Bilateral Trade and Investment, which enables local involvement in bilateral trade. And he serves on the Maryland Technology Development Corporation, the Montgomery County Economic Development Corporation, and the Maryland Cybersecurity Council. Matthew's contributions have been acknowledged through numerous awards and commendations, including recognition from the Small Business Administration. Matthew was also awarded with the Korean Prime Minister's citation. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Matthew Lee.
Good afternoon. I don't know what I'm going to speak after the Letitia speech, right? Anyway, I want to thanks to Sandy Spring, and thanks to Grossberg, and thanks to host and USG. So let me begin with this is I am deeply honored, but I want to start with I came from South Korea. I was almost 19 years old. That was about 42 years ago, and I started my own company about 34 years ago, And also I started my own, the nonprofit organization that Melissa mentioned about Kobe was about, 28 years ago. So pretty much, especially I want to leave something with a lot of young students at the USG. I had to overcome my language barrier and cultural barrier. When I came here, 19 years old, and in Baltimore downtown, and I had to, went to a Baltimore Polytech High School, and because I was too old, I cannot play any sports. But I joined the soccer team, and they called me assistant coach, but I was pretty much water boy, So anyway, but I remember the Baltimore Poly, and I lost everywhere, even though that Mayor Schaefer, who becomes a governor, I didn't even know he was a mayor. So when I got my diploma from him, so the one thing I was mentioning about my life story, because of that when I started my own company 34 years ago, and now that I'm more focused on federal contracting, I'm somewhat successful in that using my government contracting experience, but because of my life story, I want to pass on to the USG. A lot of students is immigrant students, and who has to be, that has a lot of challenges. But the reason I had to overcome my challenge was, I know last year at this event, Kevin Beverly mentioning about thanks to his spouse, right? Thanks to his wife. But I want a special thanks to my mom, who actually told me, and I still remember the old poem from when I was like 3-4 years old. She told me a lot of old poem, and I still remember today that it's called, that some, people always afraid of mountains if you don't even climb one step at a time. The mountain is still, below the heavens. We can still climb one at a time. So today, I still use that word, never give up. And then I learned so much. As long as I don't give up, I'll always get things. I remember when I was in high school, I was failing English class, but last minute, I barely passed. So I could be able to go to my bachelor degree and my master degree. So I want to share with a young student, as long as you never give up, you will achieve, and then always give it back to community, so to the pay forward. I just want to thanks to everybody, and looking forward to, anyone in the student, they want to know about your federal government contracting, come see me. I know everything about it, okay? Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's a heck of an open invite. Our next inductee is Jerry Shapiro, president of Shapiro and Duncan. A third-generation family-owned business, Shapiro and Duncan has been serving customers in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia since 1976. They are the provider of choice for complex commercial, government, and institutional design build projects. Jerry Shapiro, who received a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering from the University of Maryland and became president of Shapiro and Duncan in 1993 after working his way through the ranks and mastering the economics of mechanical contracting. He's a member of Shapiro and Duncan estimating team from 1978 to 1993. As president now, Jerry oversees business development activities as well as operations of the service, design, build, and estimating departments. Shapiro and Duncan is well known for its award-winning company culture, and as president, Jerry has maintained that commitment. He's active in the Montgomery County Chamber of Commerce. He is Chair Emeritus of the MCCC Board of Directors, and for many years served as Chair of the MCCC Business Awards Selection Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Jerry Shapiro.
Good afternoon. I am very humbled for this honor. I didn't realize the significance of this honor until about 2 weeks ago, when 3 of my grandkids, after seeing the jumbo screen at the corner of Darnestown and Shady Grove Road, ran into my house, ran to my Gigi, their grandmother, saying, "Pop-Pop's famous." And then they told me, "Pop-Pop, you're a rock star." So that really was something I wanted to achieve all my life. And now as a rock star, I know I have at least 3 fans. I'm a product of Montgomery County. Lived in Montgomery County all my life, went to public school in Montgomery County, owned a business in Montgomery County. My 3 kids who are with us today went to school in Montgomery County. I am the outcome of what this great county can provide. This induction into the Hall of Fame would not be possible without the values that my parents, Marcia and David, instilled in me. My late brother, his vision for our company has to be recognized too, Sheldon. I'd like to thank those who helped me in my journey. My great employees, some are here today, my family, the owners that we work with, the general contractors, the trade associations. I know ABC is here, Associated Builders and Contractors, our professional businesses that help us, our accountants, and our surety insurance companies, all helped us along with this journey. I mentioned my kids and my son-in-law, gratitude to them, and then my wife, Jerry, who has enabled all of us to work for a great company. She watches the grandkids. So, and I'd like to congratulate the other recipients, well-deserved. I'd like to thank the universities at Shady Grove, Dr. Ann Kademian, Tom Clifford, everybody at the Shady Groves, the Hall of Fame committee. Thank you.
I'm glad I didn't drop it having to watch it there for a minute. Our next inductee is Margarita Womack, founder of Latin Goodness Foods, Mas Panadas. The Mas Panadas story is something straight out of Hollywood. In 2017, Margarita Womack, with an MBA from Georgetown and PhD from Princeton, and her husband had 3 children, very busy lives, and were looking for a healthy on-the-go family meal. Drawing on her family experience in Colombia, where her father owned a restaurant, she came up with Mas Panadas. In the years since, Margarita has opened her own factory, rolled out Mas Panadas across the mid-Atlantic, and struck a deal with Whole Foods, taking Mas Panadas nationwide. Very impressive. In Spanish, of course, mas means more or better. That's what Mas Panadas are about. Not just better nutrition, but also better jobs and better lives. In fact, Margarita's commitment to empowering women lies at the heart of Mas Panadas. Building on that commitment, in 2023, she established the Latin Goodness Foundation, dedicated to helping her team empower immigrant women, their families, their communities. The foundation's ESL program allows workers to enhance their language skills, facilitating progress in their professional and personal lives in the U.S. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Margarita Womack.
Heavy. Such an honor to be here today, have a chance to talk to all of you, because I am so proud of being part of Montgomery County, of being part of the rich fabric that makes home. And I think we have to give back, and I think we have to figure out how we can make our community even stronger, even better. So to me, this event is particularly significant because what it does, what it raises money for, those scholarships, that can change lives. I value education so much. I think that's what's changed my life. I came here to the United States over 20 years ago as pretty much a refugee. My family in Colombia had been threatened by a guerrilla group called FARC. They were trying to extort my mother. They wanted money. My mother refused to pay because if you play the game, they just go to your neighbor next, and then your friends, and they just keep on going. So the threat started escalating, and we had to leave. I was lucky because I was a student then in college and was able to transfer at that point to Tulane University, where I continued my career. I wanted to be a biologist, and that's where my PhD is in, actually. Ecology and evolutionary biology. But your life changes so much. And from there, I went on to do a postdoc, more research. I thought maybe I would be like a big academic, maybe win the Nobel Prize, who knows? And here I am now making frozen empanadas. My family thought I was absolutely crazy. What are you doing? You have a PhD, you have an MBA, and you're making frozen empanadas. So it's sort of if I went to, I don't know, maybe Japan and try to sell, I don't know, frozen pretzels would make a lot of sense, right? But I really thought there was a space for this product. And now we're dedicated to making the best empanadas in the US and turning into the Go brand, the brand that people will go to every time they think about empanadas. And why are empanadas a good fit? Why did I think it made sense? Other than, of course, everybody wishes we had 25 hours in the day and we could get more done. And this is a product that's good for you, that's prepared in minutes. That is an appetizer, it's a meal, it's a snack, good for the whole family. There you go, my pitch, it starts coming right away. But also because the changes in the population in the United States. Stats, love stats, I'm a scientist after all. And if you look at the statistics of how the population's changing across the US, the fastest growing population are Hispanics. We are going to be over 30% of the population within the next 20 years. We are the youngest. If we were an economy on our own within the United States, within the world, really, it would be the 5th fastest growing economy. This is a population that has so much potential. And I think up to recently, we've been in the shadows. We have been the people that do the cleaning, the people that do the cooking, the people that do the gardening, and we can be so much more. And this is what I want to do with this company, show what we can do as Hispanics and as Hispanic women, as Latinas. We're powerful. And I find that many Latinas still find that it's better to just go in the background, nobody's seeing me, and no, it's time to shine. And Latinas are unfortunately, and Latinos in general really, even though fastest growing population, even though becoming a more important part of the economy, if you look at individual people, very often it's people that have fewer opportunities, less chance of getting the best education, and just in general make less money. That needs to change. And that's why we're called Latin Goodness is the company, Más Panadas the brand, and now we have Latin Goodness Foundation. I see so many women, Hispanic, that are in vulnerable situations, and I see myself reflected in them. And by making empanadas, I give opportunity to people to grow, to really find their place in the United States, to find their place in Montgomery County. I was actually researching my specific area, the segment for the census, right around, it's 10 minutes from here really, because there's a USDA grant that I applied for to be able to provide culturally appropriate foods to populations that are in food scarcity, that suffer from food scarcity. My zip code, my region, my census space is 51% Hispanic. Yet 60%, they make the 60% of the average income from Montgomery County. And they're 50% more likely to be under the poverty line. Those are things we can change. And that's why I started this company. And I hope you join me in this journey. Let's change the world, one empanada at a time.
Does everyone here now want to taste mas panadas? Yeah, me too. Okay, we now come to our final inductee this afternoon, Edward Woods IV, President and CEO of Terrapin Systems, or TERPSYS. Ed founded TERPSYS, a technology company headquartered in Gaithersburg in 2000. In the quarter century since, he has grown the organization into a leader in the delivery of IT solutions. TERPSYS is also a recognized leader in the areas of corporate culture, community service, and corporate responsibility. TERPSYS leadership in the IT community stems from the unmatched customer service the company provides. Likewise, TERPSYS strives to be a leader in the community through the generous giving of time, talent, and treasure. Just consider a few of the accolades TERPSYS has received, listed among Washington Business Journal's top corporate philanthropists and 50 best places to work multiple times, the Corporate Social Responsibility Award from the Montgomery County Chamber of Commerce, a Washingtonian magazine Great Place to Work numerous times, and so much more. Ed has been the hands-on architect of TERPSYS's strong corporate culture, and just in case the company name did not give it away, Ed is a true Terp and a member of the 84-85 men's basketball team. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Edward Woods IV.
So good afternoon, everyone. I would like to thank the Hall of Fame founders, selection committee, staff, and volunteers, and all of the sponsors for today's event. As a do-gooder, I'm very impressed with the significant fundraising for the scholarship fund of the USM Foundation, and glad that we're able to contribute to it today. I would also like to thank Jim Sweet and Smoky Glen Farm, Tom Clifford, and the Universities of Shady Grove, and I.J. Hudson for their support of this tremendous honor. I congratulate all the past and current honorees. 2 minutes is not nearly enough time to express how important the people in this room are to me, so I'm only going to be able to mention a few of them. Andrew Hartman and Asha Kumar, who have been instrumental in the growth and maintenance of our fine company. My wife Kelly, and really all of the other significant others of business owners. There are few days like today, and their journey can be best described as riding a roller coaster while blindfolded, if you want to think about that for a moment. You too are Hall of Famers to us. Mr. John Farner gave me the opportunity to believe in myself and prove others wrong. You see, Mr. Farner cut me from the junior varsity basketball team at Thomas S. Wooten High School. He challenged those who he cut to, quote, prove him wrong the next year and make the team. As you heard, the punchline to the story is that I started my junior and senior years and then went on to play 1 year for the University of Maryland. Mr. Stan Wolk gave me the opportunity of applying teamwork to become a state champion. These men were educators first and coaches second. I can't tell you how important their roles are in my personal and business life. And by the way, they both are graduates of Montgomery County Public School Systems from Richard Montgomery and Montgomery Blair, respectively. Diane and Edward A. Woods gave me the opportunity of my lifetime to be their favorite son, because I'm their only son. I have 2 sisters. We are second generation Montgomery County business family. I was blessed to be able to grow up and now live and work in our county. I hope that we all find ways for others to experience the same in the future. My mom worked for Montgomery College and was more well known to my Leadership Montgomery class than I was, so the committee might have selected the wrong Woods to be up here today. She taught me customer service and people skills. My dad worked for major hospitality companies in the county before joining Terpsys to finish his working career. He taught me hard work and sacrifice for family. He has always been my business hero. When his tenure ended with us, neither he or I thought that would end working for him at that point. I feel bad that we never had a proper retirement party, so if you don't mind, please wish him a happy and healthy retirement on the way out today. He's sitting right there. Thank you all.
Happy retirement. Let's us all once again offer our congratulations to the newest inductees into the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. We're talking about raising money today and how much money has been raised over the years, $1.7 million. Now we have an opportunity to hear directly from a student who benefited as a recipient of a Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame scholarship. As a student, Rebecca Yobe had a passion for project management and strategic outreach. This led her to the Health Systems Management program at the University of Baltimore, offered at USG. Rebecca earned both her bachelor's and master's degrees at UB and USG. Then she went on to work for NIH. Recently, Rebecca seamlessly transitioned from AstraZeneca, a leading pharmaceutical company, to the role of branch chief for the administrative offices of the U.S. courts. Quite a transition there. And Rebecca's experience with the federal government, work at NIH, and the educational experience at USG helped make possible were vital. Please join me in welcoming Rebecca as she shares her journey and insights.
Thank you for adjusting the mic for me. It's a lot of people here today. Thank you all for coming. Hello, everyone. I am truly honored to be standing before you today at the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame Luncheon at Universities at Shady Grove. I'm going to try not to cry because I'm super passionate about what it means to be a student here, an alumni, and the fact that I get to come back and speak to each and every one of you means the world to me. I wanted to extend my heartfelt thanks to the Hall of Fame and the generous business community, and everyone at USG. Your unwavering commitment to supporting education and investing in scholarships is changing lives. I'm here today to share my story, a story that reflects the impact of your contributions. Growing up, my family faced a share of challenges. My mother, who's sitting here today, instilled in me a value of hard work, education, even when opportunities seemed out of reach. I remember the days when my mom used to sit with me and help me with my homework. Those were the days, it was rough, reminding me that education was my ticket to a better future. She always says, when you translate it from French, with knowledge, you can achieve anything. That stuck with me throughout my journey through the Montgomery County public system. Again, it was rough, but I pursued my studies diligently. As I approached college, I was actually aware of the financial burden it would place on my family, and that when I discovered the Hall of Fame scholarship, and it was really helpful, especially coming into USG. It was a lifeline, an opportunity that allowed me to attend University of Baltimore at USG. With this scholarship, it was not only just a way to afford tuition, it was an ability to focus on my studies without the constant worry of financial strain. I don't think many of you may understand what that looks like, and it can be really tough when you're having to deal with life, and I know in my generation they say life be lifing, because it was indeed lifing. The scholarship opened doors I never thought possible. I gained an invaluable experience, honed my skills, discovered my passion for project management, and thank you for the introduction about my career trajectory, but I'd like to also add that I was also working at University of Maryland Global Campus, and when I got an opportunity to marry the passion for project management and my dedication for education, it was just a no-brainer. But I also want to mention that the support I received from the scholarship combined the nurturing environment that I received at USG, helped me build the foundation for my career. I transitioned from managing clinical trials at NIH to my current role as branch chief at the administrative offices of U.S. courts, a journey that has both been challenging and fulfilling. This transformation would not have been possible without the generosity of donors like you. Your belief in power of education and your investment in our future has rippling effects that extends far beyond one individual. You're not just funding education, you're fostering dreams, nurturing potential, and helping build a stronger community. Today, I stand as a testament of your profound impact, of your generosity. I've seen firsthand what scholarships do and how they empower students to rise beyond challenges, pursue their passions, and give back to their communities, like taking time off of work to come do this speech. Your contributions have enabled countless students to succeed, and I'm deeply grateful for the opportunities you've created. Your contributions help students who are like me, students who are eager to break boundaries, barriers, dream big, and become the leaders in their communities that we need. Together, we can ensure that every person has the chance to rise above their circumstances and realize their potential. Thank you for believing in us, investing in education, and making a difference. Together, we are shaping the future, one scholarship at a time. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. I am now pleased to introduce our host this afternoon, Dr. Ann Kademian, the Executive Director of the Universities at Shady Grove. As mentioned earlier, when the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame held its inaugural event in 2012, it was announced that all net proceeds of the annual event would go to scholarship programs right here at USG. Since that day, the event has raised more than $1.7 million for scholarships here at USG. And the best part, that's in unrestricted funds, which can go to students who need that money the most. To date, more than 2,500 students have received Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame scholarships. USG is an amazing place, 9 University System of Maryland campuses together under one roof, offering more than 80 high-demand degree programs, all right here in Maryland's largest, most economically vital jurisdiction. Dr. Kademian was a highly regarded scholar and author who taught at some of the country's most prestigious universities when she was named USG's executive director in October of 2020. In the 4 years since, she has partnered with industry leaders and employers across the region to ensure that the skills taught to USG students are the skills that employers need. She's also led the development of USG's first ever strategic plan with an increased focus on career readiness, employer engagement, and experiential learning. And she's secured grants, gifts, and federal funding to help make her vision for USG a reality. Please join me in welcoming our final speaker this afternoon, Dr. Kademian. I'm so relieved I got through your name because last year I totally butchered it.
Me too. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Melissa. Let's give a round of applause for Melissa. She's been awesome. Awesome. Welcome, everyone, to the beautiful Universities at Shady Grove and this beautiful room filled with partners across the county, partners across the university system of Maryland, partners in business, in student support, in pathways, and more. I'd like to recognize everyone, but I can't do that. But I do want to give a special shout out to our Montgomery College partners who are here today. A special thanks to their partnership, Dr. Jermaine Williams. Thank you so much, Jermaine, for all you do to enrich our partnership. And to Provost and Vice President Deidre Price as well, and all of the Montgomery College team. We're so grateful for your partnership in this pathway building effort. And I know we have, Superintendent Taylor wasn't able to make it today, but I know we have a number of our MCPS partners here as well today, so thank you to our MCS partners as well in this educational pathway building journey. So let's give them a round of applause. So USG is a unique campus indeed. Here in Montgomery County, we have 9 outstanding universities in the university system of Maryland come together in partnership with Montgomery County partners and regional employers to create and build opportunities for every student to succeed academically and professionally. We are committed to every student graduating career ready with great employer-focused experiential learning. We're committed to every student graduating as close to debt-free as we can get, and to every student, woohoo, yes, let's do that. Let's do that. Imagine a county where students don't have to worry about the yoke of debt when they graduate and they can get on with life and their career. Like, let's do it. If we can't do it in Montgomery County, it can't be done. So we can do it here. I know it. And then they have great options for their next steps, grad school or their first job or a promotion onto other great careers. And we are building toward this commitment with each and every one of you here today. It's such an honor to host the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. This event embodies everything we do here at USG. The Hall of Fame connects business leaders and students to build a strong and talented workforce for Montgomery County and the region, and it strengthens our community. A scholarship is not only an investment in a remarkable student, it is an investment in a great career, a talented local workforce, and a resilient and vibrant economy. Students enrolled in programs at USG graduate career ready, and 85%, let me say that again, 85% of those graduates stay in the county and the region, supporting the work of biotechnology companies, cybersecurity firms, healthcare facilities, our schools, the hospitality industry, construction, and more. When business invests in today's and tomorrow's workforce, opportunities multiply and our economy grows. We are so grateful to have the scholarship support generated by so many businesses and individuals that benefit our students in their educational journeys. I want to give a special congratulations to our wonderful honorees, Letitia, Matthew, Jerry, Margarita, and Ed. Thank you for the incredible impact you have made and will continue to make on Montgomery County and beyond. An impact through nurturing a nurturing environment for children to securely grow and learn, and leading an annual heritage festival that celebrates the history and culture of a beautiful, incredible faith community and community. Through generous support for startup businesses, preparing them to make educated decisions and to participate in the federal, state, and local procurement process. Through incredible buildings, beautifully engineered, that provide life-saving services for the community. Through delicious, authentic empanadas, a food people recognize and love, made with care by an amazing team. And through a mission to delight customers, challenge the team to continuously improve, and serve the community as you provide IT support and management. You all have built so much more than successful businesses. You are building and supporting a vibrant community. Thank you all. I also want to say welcome back to USG to all the past honorees who are here today. Thank you to all of you for being with us and being part of the greater USG community. We are working, I think some of you noticed, like, where's the display? Where are the photos, right? We did some work in here. I hope you all noticed the new carpeting and the new walls and all kinds of stuff, right? We're working on refurbishing this building, and we are working on a digital display. So stay tuned. Everyone will be displayed, and it'll be beautiful. We'll let you all know when it's time. We owe a big thank you to the Hall of Fame Chair, Steve Silverman, and to everyone at our presenting companies, Grossberg Company and Sandy Spring Bank, who work so hard each year to make this happen. Thank you so much. A sincere thank you to the Hall of Fame Committee and to all of the generous sponsors of this annual event. And a special thanks to the USG team driving and organizing this event with kindness in their hearts for the work that they do every day for the students that we all serve. So we just heard Rebecca's beautiful testimony to the importance of the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame Scholarship and other scholarships at USG. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you. You are an inspiration for each of us, everyone in this room, to become what we imagine we can be. You represent the best in all of us, and we are proud that USG and the Hall of Fame have been part of your story. A story about next steps and about creating and keeping the next generation of great leaders here in Montgomery County. Everyone's next chapter can begin here. And nothing is more important to students starting their next chapter than your continued success as business leaders in Montgomery County, because you are the destination for the students in their educational journey, and your continued support to help finance that journey as well. Here at USG, we are doing what we can do to help. Under our new strategic plan, we have made career readiness the very center of our work, so that every student who graduates from one of our 9 partner universities will be ready to succeed for you and ready for a great career. Keep telling us what you need in your workforce pipeline and work with us in partnership so that graduates are ready on day one and that you're ready to receive an incredibly talented workforce who can continue to succeed in your companies as well. The scholarship dollars raised today will help send hundreds of students into Montgomery County's workforce, and the Hall of Fame helps make sure that nothing stands in the way of that success. We aspire to have every student who applies for a scholarship receive a scholarship. Let's get as close to debt-free graduation as we can, and the Hall of Fame scholarship is unrestricted. It can go to any student in any program. It's going to take a lot, but together we can definitely make it happen. Now, today we celebrate 13 years of a great partnership that has helped generate more than $1.7 million in scholarships. We can't thank you enough, but we need to build on this powerful partnership of business and education. Let's invest more in the future of Montgomery County and the state of Maryland. There's so much that we can do together. I'm so proud of the students who are here at Shady Grove, the learners all across Montgomery County, and I'm so proud of this business community as well. There's nothing that we can't do together. And so let's make it happen. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Dr. Kademian. Once again, I congratulate today's inductees into the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame. We want to thank our sponsors who helped make this wonderful event possible, and all of you for being with us to make this morning such a success. I appreciate the opportunity to share in again in this very special occasion. At the end of the program, we do ask that every Hall of Famer, past and present, to please come to the stage so we can get a group photo, please. So ladies and gentlemen, also please mark your calendars. Next year's induction ceremony will be Tuesday, October 28th, 2025. I encourage you to like and follow the Montgomery County Business Hall of Fame page on Facebook. Also, the floral centerpieces are available, so one person at each table can feel free to take that centerpiece home. I want to remind you as well that parking is complimentary with validation available from one of these student ambassadors or event coordinator. Thank you, have a great afternoon, and travel home safely.